For this video, we're looking at the solo for More Than a Feeling. Nice melodic solo. And when we say melodic, it means it's something you can sort of sing along with. Like I can sing along with this. But I can't sing along with this. So this is a much more sort of tune-orientated melodic solo, and it's got some really cool hammer-ons and pull-offs like that happening inside as well. So it's loaded with techniques. It's got some nice slides, nice control with your picking hand as well for string noise. But enough talking, make sure your PDF is in front of you that I sent through. And let's get going. I'm going to take you through bar by bar. And at the end of the video, I will record the backtrack with me strumming the chords so you can play along with it as well. So you're going to backtrack at the end of the video. All right, are you ready? We're starting at fret number 6 over here on your 3rd string from the bottom. And it's going to go. Now, you'll notice with that, if you watch my picking hand carefully, I picked, hammered on, and slid. You don't have to do that. So if you don't want to do the hammer on and the slide, pick the notes. And you can see that I picked them all. So you're open to your own interpretation. Next bar, you finish on that 7 basically from the first phrase. So you're going to go. And then comes the first real cool, quick phrase. Finishing with a bend as well. So slow motion, looking at the second bar, you're going to go 7, 8, and then there's a very fast hammer on and pull off. 7, 8, 7. So it's going to go like that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And then you come down to 9 and 7 on the 3rd string. Back to the 8 on the 2nd string. And you bend this note. You'll notice on the PDF it says bend T. Bend T means bend tone. So I bend this 8 to sound like the 10. So I take him, and you can hear it's the same note. That bent 8 is the same as the fret 10 over there. So if you take the 1st and 2nd bar together, including the bent tone of the 8 in the 3rd bar, you'd have something like this. I'm going to count you, and so if you want to play through with me, you can. And it comes in on the 2nd beat, so I count 2, 3, 4, 1. And you'll notice I put like a bit of a double bend. I didn't just go straight to the, like a, if you listen to the original, you can actually hear the double bend as well. Now, once you've got this hammer on and pull off, that sort of concept, that pattern will sort of reoccur quite a bit. Now, what I did for myself when I'm busy learning this, I've actually got my cheat sheet in front of me now. It's the same as the what's printed of the PDF that you're looking at. You'll notice I've highlighted a few notes. Those highlighted notes are to help remind me where the triplets were. So when I was busy learning it this morning, I highlighted those as focal points. So when you're learning a solo, anything that can help you learn the solo more efficiently, hold out a highlighter, make some notes that work for you. Okay. Onto the 3rd bar, we're going to go now. We've done that 8 with the bend we just spoke about. You're going to have after that 7, 8, 7, and then you'll see a 5, 7, 5 close together. And again that hammer on and pull off we spoke about. Now just quickly, I want to focus on my picking hand over here. So I'm going to turn the guitar a bit more around. And you can hear I'm using quite a bit of high gain. In other words, my overdrive distortion levels are quite high. And what can happen there is string noise can be quite a challenge. So what I do is I'm resting my thumb flat across the top strings, and my first finger is actually holding the 1st string. So when I play that 5 for the hammer on pull off, you can hear the 3 notes. I'm only picking 1. But with the thumb at the top and this finger is holding the 1st string, there's no chance of any string noise. So if you're getting string noise, just make sure that your thumb is actually on the top strings above the string you're playing, and you're holding the string beneath the strings you're playing. After you've done that 5, 7, 5, after you've done, you're going to go onto the 7 over here, and into the 4th bar, 5 again on the 2nd string, and double 7. So let's take it through slow motion from the beginning. 2, 3, 4, 1. Oh, sorry. It feels weird when I play it so slow that it actually makes silly little mistakes over there. So let's just do that again. 2, 3, 4, 1. You'll notice over there I did a hammer on from the 5 to the 7. So I didn't pick the 5, the 7 and the 7 twice. I did the hammer on. Hammer and pick. And then the next part's going to go. And again. And then you notice on the beginning of the 5th bar, which is the next line, it says bend T with a 9. So that 9 must sound like 11. So when you're doing a bend and you're not too sure, am I bending enough? Always go, if it says T, 2 frets higher than the fret allocated. So it says 9, it says bend T, so that's your 9. And you want that to sound 2 frets higher. So as you come there, you can hear the pitch being achieved. So if you're not sure of your pitch or you're thinking might be going a little bit flat, go 2 frets higher than the fret indicated. And after that, back to 7, 6. Now we're on to introducing the 6th bar, which is going to have, and the double 7, 8 on the 4th string sort of leads into the 6th bar. And a little bit of a palm damp sounds pretty cool there as well. So what I do for those double 7s on the 4th string, you can hear that it's not ringing, that is, and now it's muted. I think it sounds pretty cool. You put a little bit of a mute inside there. And then you unmute it and let the notes ring when you go to the 7 in the 6th bar. And then again, you got the hammer on and pull off again. And then you got to bend 10, so you bend that 10 to sound like the 12. You're looking basically at your 7th bar now. So you're going to take the 10. If you're not sure the pitch, as we said, always go 2 frets higher. That's what the 10 should sound like. This is 12. And your 10, where I am now, must sound like the 12. Then after that, you're getting towards sort of like a rundown of the solo. If you listen to the original, it feels like they're actually sort of coming down, actually sort of concluding or ending the solo, which is going to go. And then, and you can hear those 2 phrases sort of lead into each other. You can actually feel the tune sort of descending in pitch as it's coming along. You should be able to play that quite easy. It's not a difficult one. This is basically 10, 8, hammer on and pull off, 9, 7. Just watch it for the string crossings. I'm not going to go into every single detail, every single string. And then you got the last phrase of the 8th bar, 7 on the 3rd, jump back. And that 5 that I'm at now is going to be the beginning of your 9th bar, the 3rd line on your PDF. And then you're going to have 7, jump to the 11, a quick little triplet again, hammer on, pull off, 9, 11, 9, 7, 6, 7. And you sort of want to hold that last 7, but out of nowhere and very nicely done, there's a final little at the end, which is going to be 10, 12, 10, hammer and pull off, 12 on the 3rd string, and then the 13, the last bend, must sound like 15, because we said again, I'm repeating this a lot so we don't forget it. If it says bend T, it takes the string or the fret that you indicated, like the 13, and you bend it to sound 2 frets higher. So I want my 13 to sound like the 15. So also very important, so I was going to come closer with the bend, or any bend actually. When you bend, don't bend with this with one finger only, because that can happen and that doesn't sound cool. Even then, I don't have strength, so those mistakes were on purpose, not like the one that I did earlier in the video. Always bend it 2 or 3 fingers, at least 2, ideally 3 where possible, because then you've got strength. And if you've got support, you can vibrato the note quite nicely as well. And that's pretty much your more than a feeling solo. Now, what I'm going to do one more time now is I'm going to play the chords now, And then on your PDF, you're going to see the chords there as well, the A, D, G, D, A, all those above the bars as indicated. And you can jam along with the track that I jammed along with. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get the chords ready for you. And that brings us to the end of the video. So you got your chords. Remember that first A is your count. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and your lead will go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you home dry like that. And it's basically chords, your D, your G, your D, your A. No difficult chords. You could have done the bar chord. Ideally, I'd like you to do the bar chord, but if you do normal B minor, not a big deal. And the purpose of that last little track that I was strumming along is that you can play the solo along with that in the video. So once you've learned the solo and you can play along with me at the beginning of the video, come to the end of the video, we're looking now around about 11 seconds, 11 minutes into the video, and then jam along and test that your solo can work with the backtrack. Wishing you an awesome 2022. See you soon.